What's going on, everybody? Welcome to a brand new video on the channel with a brand new car that's not so new anymore because it's almost been out for a week. But we got the Mercedes AMG E63S added into the game. Pretty happy with it because it is in real life a very fast saloon car. So now we have it in the game. Also, the older generation of the E63, I'm pretty sure it's like one of the rare, like it's a very rare car in the game. I was gonna say one of the rarest cars in the game, but it is actually very rare. But yeah, we have the new E63 now, and this is also kind of rare because I think after this season, which is pretty much now, the winter season, you can get it as a 50% completion bonus thing. So once you get the 50% in the winter season, you get the E63. Once you do that, I don't think you can buy it off anywhere. So, I mean, if you don't have this now, this is also going to be very rare. Such a weird, like, car to be rare, isn't it? It's very weird. Also, it's the winter season, so that's kind of why I've been putting off this video, because I really don't like playing in winter, because it's boring. There's nothing to do. It's always dark. It's always gloomy. The roads are really slippery. But I thought in today's video we could mess around with the E63 and see how fast this thing actually is. And also, after we upgrade it, how fast it'll actually be. So, I don't really know if I want to do this whole Forza Horizon thing, so it doesn't really make too much of a difference, but I want to see how fast this thing is a straight line. And how fast can it reach 200 miles an hour pretty much. So this is what we're doing. Let's have a look here. It is all-wheel drive. I mean, it doesn't really make too much of a difference once we get up to speed. But it also has like a drift. Also, the interior is very cool in this thing. I loved it. Every single Mercedes, like new Mercedes interior, it's just such a nice place to be in. I've been in a Mercedes dealer and I sat in like a bunch of different types of Mercs. They're lovely. They're so nice to be in. I think out of all of the big German cars at the moment, like the E-Class or the S-Class, you know, if you compare those to like the equivalent of Audi and BMW and all that sort of stuff, well, this 200 miles an hour. I think the Mercedes are like they just feel really special to sit in. I think the BMWs are very sporty. Like they're really nice place to be in as well, and the seats are lovely. But I feel like they're a little bit more sport. Even the looks, actually, they're the same. Like Audi just makes everything look very aggressive now. And I mean they're cool. I love Audis, and especially the RS6, which is just like one of my favorite cars of all time. But I think Mercedes just look like they just ooze luxury pretty much. Whereas BMW I think are a little bit more sporty, and Audi I just don't think they're there just yet. They still have obviously the pedigree, the racing pedigree with the whole Quattro thing, and they're also still very fast. Also, one thing, why did they add an American version of the E63 in this game when we're in England? I honestly don't understand that. We have the tiny reg at the back, first of all. We also have the side markers for the headlights, which are amber, which they shouldn't be, because again, like I said, we're in England, we're not in America. But yeah, if you go to Forza Vista, you can see them. You can see them now. They have the little amber side markers on the thing. That's not on European cars at all. That's an American thing. But yeah, anyway, this is what it looks like. So it's still obviously a sporty version of the E-Class, but yeah, it still looks very close to a standard E-Class. It just has a little bit of extra bits and bobs here to make this thing look a little bit more aggressive. But yeah, there you go. 4-liter twin turbo. Anyway, let's mess around with this thing. Let's see how much power we can squeeze out of this engine, and maybe even add a different engine into it, and we'll see. I wonder if we can add the previous gen, like the 6.2 liter V8. That'd be kind of funny. So we can add, which I'm only guessing it's an Audi V10 or Lamborghini V10. Again, Lamborghini in that. Ooh, that's cool. We could have the CLK GTR engine in it. That's actually kind of sick that it tells you exactly where it's from as well. So you can put a 6.9 liter V12 in this thing. I am very tempted in that. Very tempted. Now, let's have a look and see how much power this actual engine can squeeze out. So I think standard makes what, 600 horsepower? Yeah, 603 horsepower. And with everything upgraded, how much power was this thing gonna make? We'll see. Like, what is the fastest 4-door car in this game? If somebody in the comments could tell me, that'd be great. And we'll see if this gets anywhere near it. So right now it still weighs 2 tons, so it's still very heavy. 932 horsepower. It does also make 1,200 Newton meters of torque, which is really, really cool. So this is basically a Brabus rocket. That's what this is. That is pretty much what this car is right now. But I do want to change to the V12 CLK GTR engine, and then we're also going to twin turbo it. It also makes 1,000 Newton meters of torque, and it's also very, very light again. So that's kind of cool. We could also change this to rear wheel drive, but I don't really want to be completely honest. It does need a little bit more low, in my opinion, so we'll mess around with all the rest of the stuff in a second. Just adding some power, bits and pieces to it. So let's see. Obviously, this is going to go past 1,000 horsepower. Obviously, the torque isn't going to be there compared to the V8 that we had before, which is kind of weird. Okay, now we're at some big numbers. Now we're at big numbers. 1,500 Newton meters of torque. Still weighs 2 tons, but it makes 1,300 horsepower as well. That's ridiculous. Okay. Okay. The brakes are cool, because they're already, like, you know, drilled and slotted. But let's just do that. Have some carbon brakes. We can have drift suspension on this thing, which actually doesn't look too bad at all, with a tiny bit of camera on the front end. I don't want to drift this thing though. That's the thing. I don't want to add drift suspension on it, because I don't really want to go ahead and slide this car, even though it does have a drift mode on it in real life, where you can actually go and slide this thing. But what I do want to do is I just want it to be fast. I just want it to be fast. I don't care about the way this thing slides. This is one of those videos where I go off the beaten path, and instead of actually building a car like I usually do for drifting, I mess around with it in a straight line and see how fast this thing actually is. It should also handle pretty well too. Obviously we could put the studded tires as well on this thing. I think I'm just gonna stick with the race tires, because I don't really want to drive this thing off-road at all. We're at 265 section front tires. We can go 295s on the front. I think we need it since we have way over 1,500 Newton meters of torque as well. We go 325s in the rear. Oh wow, they even added the fake exhaust in there. I just see that now. They have a fake exhaust. That's actually kind of funny. I also do like the Mercedes wheels that we have here. I wish there was like more of an option. So when you choose this, there was like different options of AMG wheels, for example. That'd be kind of sick. Turn 10, if you guys are listening. I know that there's different options for different cars for specific wheels that you can get. You can get like specialty wheels and all that sort of stuff from, you know, AMG or the M division or whatever, or RS wheels. Have that added into the game. Have original wheels added into the game. I feel like that's a big thing that I'd like to have added in. I think that'd be really good. As for the wheels, I think some 2-piece wheels would work pretty nicely on this thing, or multi-piece wheels, I should say. ADV ones always suit a bunch of different cars, which is probably what I'm gonna go with. We also have not 1552s, HREs. Some of them suit some cars. I don't know. What else can we actually choose here? I don't really like anything else, to be completely honest, for this car. What do we have for these? Some more ADV ones. I mean, these, like I said, just look great overall. These look great on a bunch of different cars. I might actually put these on. They look really good. It's also a little bit boring to just have them in black. So that's kind of why I want to change these. The tire... Or, sorry, I mean the wheel width, or the track width, I should say, not the wheel width. The track width. I guess the first set actually looks kind of decent. I don't want it to, like, stick out, like, really badly like this. So I think just the first one is decent enough there. And then for the aero, I'm gonna guess there's nothing. Oh my god. They've actually done so... Yes! That is sick! That is actually sick. I'm not gonna lie. They added Brabus parts to this. Oh, I'm so happy with that. It even rebadges the car. That is so sick. Thank you, Turn 10. Thank you so much for actually adding some stuff to it. I'm so happy we can rebrand this to Brabus. That is really cool. Claps for me. That's really good. I'm adding all that on. That looks so good. I literally just said it looks like, or like it makes it similar about the power to a Brabus rocket. And it just, they just happen to have the Brabus kit in the game. I'm so happy with that. 270 miles per hour. It's got 9 gears. Actually, I do remember that this car actually does have 9 gears. Well, we don't need it to be that long. We don't need all these gears to be super, super long. I think most likely this car is limited, or like the shape of the car, whatever the game usually does to limit the car's top speed. I think this is definitely limited because I feel like it could do quite a lot faster than 270 miles per hour, or 268.9, whatever that says. I'm gonna keep everything else stock. The one thing I will, actually no, yeah, I'll keep everything stock. I'll probably add a little bit more power to the wheel wheels, so we'll do like 80% instead. Okay. Now, I think it's fine the way it is. I also like the wheels, the color, the golden color on the wheels. I don't want to change the design of this thing either, because I like the color. What's the other colors that this car comes in? Wait, if we can get it in that red color. Yes! 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 I love it! This is the color. This is what I wanted. Oh my god. If I could have this in real life, I would cry. That's hot. That's so, so hot looking. The color of the wheels and everything's perfect. I don't even want to change the tints or anything. This is perfect. This is literally the color I'd get it in. I just wouldn't get an American one, pretty much. I like the amber side markers for some cars, but like this one, I just don't think it suits it. God, that looks so good. That is such a good looking car. That is a lovely car. Honestly, I really, really like that. The whole Brabus kit around it. Perfect. Okay, cool. Anyway, I'm done looking at it. Let's actually drive this thing. I'll just see how fast it accelerates and all that. It sounds good. I mean, V12 instead of the old V8. It accelerates very quickly. Let's just put it that way. Ooh, brakes pretty hard. It's still quite a heavy car. It's not as heavy as it was before though. It's definitely got the 2 tons. It's like 1.5 tons now. This is definitely like up there, like a supercar beater. I mean, the amount of power this thing makes, like think about it. And the amount of torque. It literally has a race car engine in it. There's an R6. Oh god, I love that you got distracted by the R6 and then end up crashing. Well, anyway, I fast travel. Oh god, that's so nice looking, man. Like it's honestly super, super nice looking. It is gorgeous. Yeah, I love this thing. Anyway, let's drive it. Let's see what acceleration wise what this thing is like, and see top speed what this thing is like. So let me line up a little bit here. Oh, the FORZA thing is gone. Perfect. Alright, it's fine. Just leave it here. It's weird having the transmission with this engine. Wow. Well, it very, very quickly reaches its top speed. 269 miles per hour. And I can still turn at 270 miles per hour with this thing. I know for a fact I have to slow down for this. It's fine. We're just on the other side of the road. It's fast though. It's so weird having so many gears. I feel like first and second gear are pretty much obsolete in this car. But it pulls like a train. It's just gone. It actually sounds really, really good inside. It sounds a lot better than the outside anyway, I'll tell you that. Having this V12 turbocharged as well. This is a fast car. Like a VIP. Very, very fast car. You can also still feel its weight. You can definitely tell that it's a big, heavy car. It does want to understeer slightly. It does want to understeer slightly. So I think a slightly better tune is definitely needed on this car to be able to make it handle well. Ooh, I got the back out a tiny bit, which is very weird because I set this thing to like 80% of the power to go to the rear wheels. And I can barely get this back out at all on this car. I mean, the diff doesn't help either because it's not locked, but like... I don't know. It's, like I said, it's fast in a straight line. But like in corners, again, it just definitely needs a good tune to make it handle really well. But yeah, a tiny bit of understeer every now and then. You get that. Just have to slow down a tiny bit more. Yeah, it's overall not a bad car. It's pretty fun to drive. It's also really weird having 9 gears to mess with. Ooh, there he goes. Just gone a little bit too fast. Yeah, the weight just gives in pretty much. When you try to brake and then about to start cornering, you can tell the weight that just pushes this thing off the road. Well, that's pretty much it. Mercedes E63S. Let's rephrase that because they changed the name now. I was about to say Mercedes E63S AMG. It doesn't work like that anymore. Mercedes AMG E63S, which we now turned into a Brabus, which is kind of cool, but it's not really a Brabus. That's a house. It's not really a Brabus because we just sort of added the kit onto it, but we added a racing, like a classic racing Mercedes engine in it, which is really cool. Anyway, it's a very weird mix of cars, this whole thing. Either way, not a bad car to drive, not a bad car to own. It's also, I think, going to be pretty rare now, so if you can get your hands on it, please do, because you only have, I think, like a couple of days left. Either way, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.